So this vlog is gonna be like a big montage mix of setting up, taking down, talking about everything that went into this room transformation for my Halloween party around where the wild things are. So stick around and enjoy. Check out the vlog. Here it is. Alright guys, it is Sunday, October 30th. I'm out here getting ready to do my first ever full-blown room transformation. I got the idea from my friend Chris Pambano, and I'm beyond excited to show this to my kids. I'm getting started, so you can see around my room, I've already started pushing things back along the walls. Everything's gonna be covered eventually in black to make this look like a forest, because we're doing a Where the Wild Things Are transformation. So I had a lot of work to do. And I'm gonna get some stuff moved now, and then I've got some helpers coming later to hang stuff, so I'm gonna kind of time-lapse this for you and show you what it takes to do something like this, because it is a lot of work, but it's going to be a huge payoff in the end. So I gotta get back to work. Let's do this. Gotta get started on getting things moved. As you can see, the room is a lot more open right now. This is gonna be covered later, but I gotta take a break. I gotta run to the store real quick and get some things and then go spend some time with the family. It is Sunday, it's family time, so I'm gonna go do that. And then they're coming with me back here later, and I've got some helpers coming, and we're gonna try to knock this out and get it into a full-blown room transformation. I cannot wait to see what it looks like. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. I just got back from lunch with the family. First order of business is finishing this. So everything put together, the boat is pretty much the way I want it. We're gonna stuff the inside, but check that out. There's the sail, the mast, and the side. The kids are gonna love this. This is gonna be so fun. I can't wait to get it all set up. So now I'm gonna stuff the inside with some white fabric to make it a little better, and then we're gonna keep moving stuff, setting stuff up, and turn this into a forest. So we're gonna get there. Everybody, it's done. It's set up. It's ready for the kids. You can see behind me, the room transformation is ready for some fun tomorrow. It's got a few tablecloths to throw on in the morning. I'm gonna go pick those up now, and then we're going home to carve pumpkins with the kids. So when you see me again, this will be explained. I'm gonna have the kids in here tomorrow. Super excited to show it to them, and then I'll explain to you everything I did, how I did it, what I used, and yeah. So I'm gonna go home, and then we're coming back. It was such a fun day. The kids had so much fun with this. So I want to talk to you about the room transformation, how this worked, how I did it. It looks a little dismantled right now because we had just had our party, so things are kind of out of place, but I'll talk you through what I did. This is what I did. I came in the other day, and as you saw in some of the video, I pushed everything out of my room. I made everything just a big wide open space, and then to get it started, I visited a few stores. Well, first of all, Amazon is where I found this costume, the wolf costume, for Max, and then Dollar Tree, Menards, Walmart, I think, for some of this. These little things you're gonna see hanging around the room were called scary cloth, creepy cloth or something. It's just netting that I got at Dollar Tree. I bought a bunch of them to make it kind of look like foresty kind of looking in here, like trees hanging down. To do the walls, I blacked out all of this. I had originally bought tarps, but then I remembered a friend of mine, Honor, who used to teach here with me. She used to use this stuff called Visqueen. So I looked for these big plastic rolls, and these came in, it's just black plastic. And it's pretty thick, like it's gonna last me a long time. They were 10-foot by 25-foot rolls at Menards. So it took like 5 rolls to do this whole room, but it was pretty cheap in the long run. I think it was like $50 that I spent on that. So I blacked out the entire room. I did leave the emergency exit open, so that's why that's open over there. I left our air conditioning unit open in the backs because the vents were running today, and then my door, obviously. I left the bathroom open over here so the kids could get to it. But I just hung those from the ceiling using paper clips, and I reinforced it with duct tape. So I know it's kind of hard to see, but I put duct tape on there and then hung up with paper clips all around the room. And it worked out awesome. And I have to thank 2 parents from my classroom, Alethea and Dennis. They came in yesterday with Trish and I to hang all this up, so they were a huge help too. The kids and I did a directed art lesson to draw these little monsters, the wild things. So I did one on the board for them, and then they all did a directed art lesson for that. They made the paper chains hanging around the room to look like vines, and they counted 1 to 10, so they numbered we were working on writing numbers. So they wrote numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to 10 to put their paper chain in order. But their monsters, their wild things turned out so cool. Like, I love how alike they look because we drew them together, but then how different they look as well because they all painted them any way they wanted. This palm tree that you saw in the pictures, this is a 2nd grade item actually that they used for their rainforest play, but I borrowed it. Then the black plastic just went all the way around to complete it. On the TV, I had Where the Wild Things soundtrack from the movie playing all today, which was fun. They had a blast at that. What else? I put up green light bulbs. I traded out my bulbs and my lamps and put green bulbs in, so when the lights were down low, it actually kind of looked dim and dark in here like a forest. And then let's talk about our party. So the party, I'll put pictures and video up on here while I'm talking, so you're gonna see different things. But we started our day with some stations, and I'm sitting down now because I'm tired and I'm hot. I started with welcoming them in the room. They came in and they saw the place for the first time and they were super, super excited. We started our day with some stations then. We did a Where the Wild Things Are, Max's Crown. This Halloween on a Monday thing is not going to be good tomorrow. We made a Where the Wild Things Are, Max's Crown. They all made a crown together that they got to take home today. We were playing Osmo Monster to go along with the Wild Thing Monster kind of thing. They were playing Osmos. We did sailboat races that took some trial and error, but we made sponge boats and used wooden skewers. I saw this idea online, and they made boats that they then used straws to blow with to make go down this tub that I bought. I bought a big tub at Walmart of water, and they were racing little sponge sailboats through the water. So that was our morning. And then the other cool thing was our tech lady, Miss Amy Shannon, she has these little iPad controlled robots called Dot and Dash, and I know you can find these on Amazon, but they look like this. And she just put a Wild Thing and a Max face on the front of the camera for these, or the eye for these, and the kids got to drive them around and do races. So she made little cards with Wild Things on them that had our sight words, and then she made Wild Thing 10 frames. And what they were doing was she had to say a word. So she said, find the word my. And a team member had to go run and find my on the floor. And the other team member was driving the robot, or the Wild Thing, to find the word on the floor, and they had a blast with that. So we kind of turned this into a big STEM kind of day with all this technology and some science experiments and all kinds of stuff. We really focused on that today. They had a blast with it though. They had so much fun with those this morning. So that was just our morning. And then this afternoon, we did our party time. So during our party, we did another craft. We did a Where the Wild Things Are Wild Thing hand puppet that my good, awesome parent, Miss Alethea, made. So they did a hand puppet for that out of paper bags. They were playing a cool little card game over here. They played a card game that a parent made that was like Go Fish, but they call it Forest Fish. So it was Go Fish with Where the Wild Thing cards on letter cards too. We played Pin the Tail on Max. I had a dad that printed off this giant poster of Max, and they played Pin the Tail on Max, and they had so much fun with that. And then our snacks were all themed around Halloween and our Where the Wild Things Are thing too. So we had grapes that our parent Crystal put together as spider eggs. We had skulls and pumpkins, which was just cucumbers cut in the shape of a skull, and little carrots, flat carrot, what do you call those? Carrot chips that we used to dip in ranch. And then to go with Where the Wild Things Are, the mom, Crystal, put together little apple halves or slices with a toothpick and a triangle cheese stuck in top to make it look like Max's sailboat. So it all turned out super cute. So this day was a blast. I have to thank the parents so much, because it wouldn't have happened without you guys. From the setup to the crafts to the games to everything, it went so well. So this boat was just an old shelf that my parents had for some reason that was shaped like a boat because it was a Sperry shoe shelf, and it's been in my garage for a couple years. I never knew what to do with it. And so I decided to paint it red. I stenciled Max's name on the side. These are just dowel rods and a white sheet, and it worked perfect for the boat. And I took the kids' pictures in it today, and it looked awesome. Threw a blue sheet underneath it, and it turned out so well. So that was my first ever room transformation. Hopefully I'll do many more of these, but it was a lot of fun. We had a blast. I gotta get to work. I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you got some inspiration from this, and share it with others. I'm gonna leave you guys with, we did a retelling of the story today, and I told it from Max's perspective, but I was Max. So I read it to the kids and they had fun with it. I'm gonna leave it with that. Again, thank you for watching. Check out this retelling. They had so much fun, and I'll see you guys soon. Happy Halloween, everybody. The night I wore my wolf suit and made mischief of one kind or another. And another. My mom called me and I said, I'll eat you up. So she sent me to bed without eating supper. That night in my room, thorns grew and grew and grew until my ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat just for Max. And I sailed off through the night and day. And I sailed in and out of weeks and almost over a whole year until I got to where the wild things are. And when I came to the place where the wild things are, the wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed your terrible claws. Until I said, be still! And I tamed them with the magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and they called me the most wild thing of all. And they made me king of all wild. And now I said, let the wild rumpus start! And we climb through the trees, swing through the trees. And we made a parade. You march like you're in a parade? Now stop! And I sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And I, the king of all wild things, became lonely. And I wanted to be a place where someone loved me best of all. And all around from far away across the world, I smelled good things to eat. So I gave up being king of all the wild things.
So did you make wanted to?
But the wild things said,
oh, please don't go! Please you won't! Never do so!
And I said no! And the wild things roared their terrible roars. Gnashed their terrible teeth. And rolled their terrible eyes. And showed their terrible claws. But I got back in my private boat and waved goodbye.
That boat.
And I sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day, and into the night of my very own room, where I found my supper waiting for me, and it was still hot.